All right, we're just 30 minutes away from the first appearance in a U.S. courtroom of Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib. He's already been taken to the courthouse in Detroit. The Christmas Day airline bomb suspect is being arraigned on a half-dozen federal charges, including the attempted murder of 289 people. He may or may not enter a plea. The journey that led the young Nigerian to a courtroom in Detroit started years ago and took him more than once to Yemen. He supposedly admitted meeting militants there, and al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has claimed responsibility for his failed attack. CNN's Paula Newton saw for herself how terrorism flourishes when rule of law disappears.
Just beyond Yemen's international airport, in the capital's poor northern suburbs, a road begins, leading to thousands of miles of Yemeni tribal lands, effectively out of government control and the perfect setup for al-Qaeda.
We're just about a mile from the international airport here, and if you want to get an indication about how tribal they are here, we're going to try and go north up this road about a couple miles. It's called Arhab. That is where the al-Qaeda strikes have been taking place in the last few days. Up until the last few weeks, the government hasn't even dared enter that tribal area. They've had absolutely no control over it.
But just as we're approaching the checkpoint, we're quickly turned away.
Right now he's getting calls saying we need to be out of this area.
Okay, so they're not even letting us approach the checkpoint. We've been on the phone with many people and they're saying not to go to Arhab. Arhab is very telling here. It is just 2 miles down the road this way through that checkpoint, and the government is saying, A, it's not safe for us to be there, and B, it's not safe for them to be there.
It's not just Arhab. There are huge tracts of desert and mountains across Yemen, al-Qaeda sanctuaries, where attacks like this are masterminded and executed. Last March, 4 South Korean tourists and their Yemeni guide were killed when a teenage suicide bomber blew himself up. Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility, saying the South Koreans were U.S. allies in the war on terror. And just days later, when South Korean investigators were in this airport zone, the Yemeni government says it uncovered yet another al-Qaeda plot against Korean authorities. All possible because the government simply doesn't control wide areas of the country. And that's what radical preacher Anwar al-Awlaki is counting on. Part of a large and powerful southern Yemeni tribe, he's still out of American and Yemeni reach, almost certainly sheltered by his tribe. Even though Yemeni officials confirm there is evidence he may have given Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib the inspiration to attempt to blow up Flight 253. Paula Newton, CNN, near Arhab, Yemen.